Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nico and I am a full-time eBay reseller. I'm located up in the mountains of Wyoming. So I seem to be a little bit congested. I hope it's just allergies. But I have been to the bins. I've been sleeping at other people's houses. When I was in Denver shopping, I stayed with my dad and his friend, and it's a clean house, it appears. He doesn't have any other pets that I might not be used to. So I have no clue, but it is what it is. I'm hoping I'm not coming down with something. But everybody's watering their grass, and my husband's working a lot on our yard. And, I do seem to have some allergies, nothing that I can ever put my finger on. But anyway, this morning, just kind of suddenly, I'm feeling it. I felt good last night, felt good the 2 days I've been home from the bins, and I felt good this morning until just all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, I'm really congested. So anyway, I wanted to go ahead and get through some more of my bins haul. I have to teach kids' church today at church, and then we're invited over to someone's house for hamburgers and hot dogs, kind of a picnic. And then I need to hit it hard because we're going out of town tomorrow for Memorial Day. And we'll decorate some graves. We'll go have an anniversary dinner because yesterday was our 34th wedding anniversary, my husband and I. But I did make, a special dinner for us and stuff. But we're going to eat out tomorrow at lunch, so that's why we didn't go to dinner yesterday. And then we'll see family for supper. So I have to cram my work into like about 6 or 7 hours later on today. So I'll go to that lunch. Hopefully I feel well enough. If I have to take a nap, I will. Yesterday I took a 2-hour nap. I just was feeling really tired and very, very sore from the binge, more than just if you worked out and you were sore. I like that feeling. That's actually makes you feel like you did something. This was like, really like I overdid it. And I think it was more the driving. I drove at least 20 hours last week, during the week, plus did the bins, plus other stuff. So I just really pushed myself last week. So I took a 2-hour nap, felt good, did not feel sick. And then I was able to get a lot of work done in a very short period of time yesterday. And that's what I'm going to do today. I don't feel tired. I didn't sleep super well last night, but if I am tired when I come home, I'm going to try not to overeat and do that because I do need to get today and tomorrow's work done. Thankfully, I have this bin here. You can see it. I have about 15 more items, I want to say, that my VA has done. So I already launched a bunch this morning, and that kind of makes it easy on me. All I have to do is double check the listing, maybe put a few different keywords that I like better, and then launch the drafts. And so some of those are already typed in. I typed them in this week, or I launched them on my time away because I knew what the weight would be, and I took these sheets with me. So this allows me to travel, and I don't know if you can see them here. Okay, here we go. So I fill out these sheets for my VA, and it has my price, the color, if the color, might not be obvious, that kind of thing. And I just make circles. It makes it really fast. It does add about 10 to 15 seconds to my photography time, and I admit that it is longer, but I still think that I save about 10 to 15 hours a week in actual drafting myself by having the VA do it. That's what I think. I have timed myself before, and that's what I came up with. I need to redo that and make sure that this is still worth it. But anyway, I'm able to travel because I have all the whole listing is done. Then I have the sheets in case there's a stain. I'll write it on there for my VA and for myself. So yeah, I have about 15 left. Some of these might just need put away, and then I'll launch the rest. So yesterday and today actually, I had 45 drafts done before I went to the bins. So it gave me a couple days off this weekend where all I had to do as far as listing was just double check drafts. And that, just made me feel like I was having a couple of days off. So that was good. So I want to tell you about my shopping this week. So I went up on Tuesday afternoon and I had lunch with my family, with my dad, and he had driven down from southern Colorado where he lives down to Laramie. He dropped off a vehicle for a family member that he's giving to them. And so I picked him up and we went back to Denver. We had supper that night. I didn't do any thrifting that day. Then Wednesday I went to the bins, 8 a.m., right when they opened, got my cart and hit it hard the whole 12 hours. Then I shopped the next day. I got up, was there open when they opened, and I only shopped till 2 or 3. I think it was like 2:30. I was loading and paying. And then I went back, and that would have been on Thursday. Then Friday I garage sailed with my son, and then I came home Friday afternoon. So I was gone 2 nights and 3 days, if you count Tuesday, Wednesday. No, 3 nights and 4 days. Actually, I lost track of my time. So I stayed Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Yeah, I was gone 3 nights. I can feel it. But I think I have enough to stay home as far as overnight trips for 10 days. I will go on an overnight trip on June 7th because I'm taking my mom to the airport and my dad is also in Denver, so I'll stay with him another 2 days, take advantage of that free place to stay, and then I can hit the bins and you'll see the difference in my expenses. So if you've been watching me for very long, or if not, you can go back. I have been calculating exactly how much my expenses are to go to the bins, including hotels. Now, during baseball season, my dad stays in Denver a lot with a friend, and then, I know the friend, it's a family friend, so I stay there too. It's an elderly gentleman, and I could stay there all year round. He would not mind at all if I just went, and every week I could just camp at his house. But, he's an elderly, unmarried guy, and he does have a family, and I'm a nurse. I've seen people take advantage of elderly people all my life, as far as being a nurse. You see them get really close, and then they start taking the paintings, and they start asking for money, and I just don't want to be perceived as ever doing that. I know that I wouldn't be, but people could portray it that way. If something comes up missing and you've been there all week, they don't know me that well. They know my dad a lot better. So I don't really feel comfortable just going and bunking at his house, even though it's a huge house and, there's an upstairs and a downstairs, and it would not be inappropriate. I mean, he's 25 years older than me, but I still just don't feel comfortable. So I only go when my dad is there for the Rockies baseball games. And but from now through the end of the baseball season, it will just save me $200 a week in overnight hotels staying there. So that is a huge blessing. And then in the fall, when the hotel prices come back down in Denver, I'll probably have to start paying again. But that's all right. So for this trip, I don't have near as many expenses as you're used to seeing. Normally, you're used to seeing about $300 in just hotels, and then the bins, and then the food. And that makes my cost per item over $4, even though I'm going to the bins, because I'm getting things for $1 to $2, but I have all this hotel expense. So here you're going to see that on Wednesday morning, I got up really early. And Tuesday night, my dad just happened to buy my supper. We go back and forth. I buy his supper too. But this time, for whatever reason, he just bought my meals a couple of times. I didn't ask him to. This is a Chick-fil-A receipt from, I think, let's see, this is the first morning that I went. I got up about 5, got ready, went to Chick-fil-A as soon as they opened at 6 and did a bunch of launching of the drafts and some sent offers. The place where I stay with my dad, it's a very nice part of Denver, but it's in Aurora, and there is really, even sometimes my Verizon phone won't work and my dad's won't either. I don't know what service he has, but it's just one of those parts of Denver where cell phone service is hard, even though it's a very nice neighborhood. So I go to Chick-fil-A and I just log onto their internet and I do my offer sending and answer customer questions and all of that. So I went to Chick-fil-A, so I spent $6.85. on unsweetened iced tea. I don't normally eat breakfast that early, but I don't want to go and loiter, you know, even though it wasn't busy. I don't want to loiter in there, so I do order something. I took half of it to the bins with me when I went. Excuse me, guys, I'm just not feeling that well, I guess. The next morning, I went and I spent more. I got more of a meal that day, and so I ate most of the hash browns and then took the sandwich with me. So that was $8.80 that morning. Then on the way up, my dad had never had a Smoothie King, and I don't know if you've had it, but I get that Slim and Trim smoothie, and it costs about $9. It's not cheap, but it's a big 32-ounce thing, and it only has like 300 calories even for this huge thing, and you just feel like you're drinking a chocolate milkshake. So I make them at home. I've found the copycat recipe, and so mine are pretty good, but they have a souped up blender, and theirs is so thick, you know. Theirs is better, and so I bought my own on the way through there. And then this is just gas. This was $20, and then I did gas up before I came home, but I have a full tank of gas still, so I've got another gas receipt here somewhere. Then this is my ATM receipt. I got $125 out for garage sales, and I still have $41 in cash left, and I'll spend that at tomorrow when I go sourcing in Cheyenne, Wyoming. I'll spend the cash first, so that'll be $41 more. So at garage sales and other thrifts that day, I must have spent whatever 125 minus 41 is. So I spent $60, $70. And then on this Walmart receipt, I just had my husband pick me up a few yogurts, and I took those with me to the bins. I bought a case of water. I drink a lot of water at the bins, and, you know, when I'm at other people's houses, I have a water bottle, and I should do that, but it's just easier for me to grab bottles of water. And then I can't find my first receipt from the bins. This is my second one. It'll be down in one of those bags, and we'll find it as we go along. So the second day I spent $60.05. So, and then the first day I spent about 125, something like that, and we'll find it. So, I only have about 40 minutes, then I have to get to church, so we'll just get as far as we can, and I'll get this uploading, and then I'll finish the second one when I get back from everything. So, let's see what I got. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this not to fall. I am really trying to get $20 and above. Actually, $25 and above is what I'm aiming for. So for me to be at the bins 12 hours one day and 7 or 8 the next and only spend $200, that's really good. That tells you how picky I'm being, because I used to be able to get just, you know, $600 in stuff in that same amount of time, but I am really doubling down and trying to be picky on things that I can either consign for more or that I can sell for more. So I actually do really good on unique Chico's pieces, and I did buy a lot of off-season stuff because now is the time to find it. I do see people grabbing coats still, so I'm not the only one who, you know, has that idea. But this is a really pretty Chico's piece. It's a size 2. It's a polyester Ramie. It's just an open front cardigan. I'm going to start this at $25 plus shipping since it's the off season, and just see if I can get it sold soon. All right, this, I looked up and I found this specific cycling jersey. It's a Sportful brand, and something about this Quick Step Mapai, it has a decent sell-through, you know, close to 100%, and I should get over $20 plus shipping on this particular design. I like cycling jerseys, but I do look them up because I've gotten stuck with a lot in the past. These are just gear ties. I just threw them in. You know, I use them for things like to keep the cords in my office under control and things like that. This is a Torrid, This is a Torrid size 3. It's Lurex Stretch Blend. It's because it's the bigger size in Torrid. I know they make a 4 and a 5 probably, but this is a 3, and that's a really great size. It's an unstructured blazer, and I think I can get over 20. I'm going to start at $29.99 plus shipping and just see what I can get. But I won't take less than 20 on that. All right, these are just some socks. I'm going to consign these here. Just throw them in my consignment pile. I'm doing really good with Life is Good. Now, this is breaking my own rule, but I'm selling them so fast at the $16 to $20 price range, and I can type them in so quick. So while I'm transitioning, I still need a lot of sales. I still need money coming in. So I picked this up. This is really cute. Yeah, I just am... For the amount of Life is Good shirts I have, I'm selling them really fast. So this is a small. I'm probably going to put like 17 starting price on that. This is something I just picked up for us, and I do not know what this part is. If you know what these things do, let me know. I do not know. But this is a brand new in package Zaya jump rope, and so my husband and I will use that. But I don't know what these do, and I have no idea. So maybe my husband does. I don't know. But anyway, the jump rope looks kind of cool, and you know, I need sometimes in the middle of the day, you know, when I'm working down here, even though I'm on my feet, and because I have a standing desk, and even though I feel like I am pretty active in my life, I still sometimes get sluggish midday, just like anybody else. So I need to go out there and just do, you know, 10 minutes on the jump rope and come back in, and I think it'll make all the difference. Those short bursts of workouts really help me. Now, this does not have any kind of a tag. It has this tag down here, but I looked it up and I couldn't find it. It's Royal Bell DW Design, but I'm just going to either consign this or sell this to my friend up the street. He has an amazing Western type store that just, he makes so much money. Can't even tell you. I called him yesterday from the estate sale and said, hey, they've got records here, because he does do some, you know, like country music type records that go with his theme. I got that cowboy hat out from under him. If he would have been there, I didn't tell him I bought the cowboy hat. I might sell it to him, but otherwise I'm putting it on eBay. You know, if he... you know, like this kind of stuff, he won't get mad at me for real, but he'll be like, hey, that is not yours. So this is just really cool. It has the look that he'll like. If not, I'll consign it to that other store in Laramie, and they will like that. So one or the other, people, that is a consignment item. All right, this is an azalea by Fermiana. I am going to double check what these go for, but I am acquiring things to consign all year long. I really struggled to get to the bins last winter. It was such a harsh winter, and I struggled to feel like I could get the bras for my consignment customer, the stuff for the consignment store, plus get my eBay stuff. I felt like I had to stay too many days, and then with the winter driving, it was just a hassle. So I am trying to spend, you know, $25 or $30 a week ahead of time and just be way ahead on my consignment stuff for next year. That way in September, well, it doesn't really get bad till October, November, traditionally. So then I can just drive an hour and a half and shop at the consignment store, where I always have a big credit if I do it right. If I give them nice things, I always have a great credit, and sometimes that can save me a week of having to go all the way to Denver. So right now I have about $120, and if I have time tomorrow, I'm going to go see if they've put out new stuff, or not if, they always do, but, you know, see if I can find some stuff. And if not, then Friday when I go to garage sales, I'll definitely try to go spend that consignment money. This, I forgot why I picked it up, LRD. I think this is just a consignment. It's not Patagonia, but I knew that store that I consigned to would like that. There is a lot of consignment in here. I did get my eBay stuff for the week. I hope that I have 50 to 75 pieces, but most of what I picked up I think is consignment, and that's fine. That's why I'm trying to do this video today. I'll get stuff in the wash, and then like the new stuff with tags, I'll put it in the consignment room, and then I won't think that I have more stuff than I do. My son is giving me about 50 items tomorrow too when we go for our family dinner, and I need to get those to my VA this week. So I will have plenty to list this week, but that I only get half price on. So this is another brand new with tags dress. It's really cute. It has a great look, but it's a what brand? It's a Reborn brand. Nothing that is going to go that well on eBay. I can double check it, but I think I've seen that. I haven't really studied that brand, but I don't think it's a eBay thing that I can get 25 or more for. Now this, I should have put this on today, but I couldn't find it. I just had to get it. I need to wear this. I will wear this in a video or around the house or something. It's just too cute to remind myself that I'm at work and I need to work. So anyway, that is cute. I'll look it up on eBay. It might be worth something. I didn't even do that. I don't know what brand that is. It is a Fresh Laundry brand, but since there's so many resellers and business people, that may actually be something I need to sell. I don't know. These are called Hired Hand. I looked them up. I don't think they're worth putting on eBay. I can't remember. I need to look them up again. But they are just Hired Hand suspenders, and either way I'll donate them or I'll consign them or sell them. All right, this is, I do not know why I got these. I don't know why I picked up these Under Armour shorts. I truly don't remember picking them up. Anyway, they're a 36W. They are my husband's size, but I don't think he needs shorts. But I will ask him, and if not, I'm going to consign those. I truly don't think I wanted to pick those up. I don't know. You know, you get in a hurry and you, instead of tossing it to your throwaway pile at the bins, you put it in your bag. I don't know. I must have been talking on the phone. This is a Nike belt. I think this is just, good to consign. I will look it up, but I don't think it's anything. But they do sell a lot of belts at this place that I consign to, and even with the weight of it, I probably paid right at $1 because it's not quite a pound. But I should get some money on that. They mark their belts up quite a bit. All right, that is bag number 1. So let me show this to you too. I was at the thrift, and my suitcase is embarrassing, the one that I've been traveling with. And I do go into hotels. I'm going into friends' houses and stuff. And then this summer, we're going to try to go to Canada if we can work it out. And so I will be seeing a lot of family in my suitcase. And I just saw this. This is so cute. It's a Kathy Vreeland. Is that right? Yeah. Kathy Zealand or whatever. You know the who I'm talking about. And the larger one, which I didn't want anyway, it had like a hole in the side. So they had donated both. Now, the Goodwill charged me $15 for this, which to me is a splurge. I hate to spend $15 on a suitcase, especially a used one. But it's fine. All the zippers work. It's much cuter and nicer. It's clean inside, and it's much nicer than my other one. So this is a personal buy. I went ahead and splurged and spent $15. Then I also got this at the bins in the linen, and I was smart enough to put it in the linen, and so I only paid, I don't know, I forgot, I guess I can weigh it. Let me see what this weighs here. Okay, so it's, what is it, 70 cents a pound in Denver for linen, and this weighs over 6 pounds. So I paid about $5 for this. It's a Nate Berkus comforter. I'm surprised that the people who sell at the flea market didn't seem to want it. Maybe they thought that it was a, like a, a bed liner, and maybe they didn't want that. But this is an actual white comforter, and we have a dog. He sleeps with us. We rotate blankets a lot. We have to throw blankets away. He comes in from outside and they get dirty, and I try to wash them. So we just always have a different comforter. And even though this is white, it'll be nice for a while, and then I'll just throw it away, or donate it or something if it's dirty. And that way I don't have to worry too much about it. If I was paying $50 for my comforters or $100, I would be really stressed with my dog, chewing it. When he was a puppy, he would definitely chew holes in my comforter. And so this is a nice Nate Berkus, and I really like it. It has a little bit of a subtle, little design on there, so I'm excited about this. I'm going to get it washed up and put that on my bed. Alright guys, let's see what's in here. Now, I don't ever go over to the shoes. I just can't manage it all. I can't be at the shoes, be at the hard goods, and be at the clothes. As time goes on and I spend more and more time out of town just trying to source really smart, I might go, once in a while to a shoe rotation and just try to get, a week's worth of shoes. Just do one rotation, not be there all the time and then go back to the clothing. I'm always trying to decide what is easier on myself as far as my back, and my shoulder feels a lot better this morning. But my shoulder was kind of slightly injured this time. I just was trying to get too much in 2 days. And my husband wasn't there to help me load. So I think what happened is I cleaned my entire garage before I went. And that was a lot of lifting and a lot of moving of the boxes. Even though I don't weigh them down that much, it's still a lot of reaching and moving. And that was fine. And then I did a lot of workouts last week. And I did a lot of push-ups, a lot of that kind of stuff. Then I went right into the bins and just overreached, I think. And so now, anyway, it seems to be healing, thankfully. But these are a pair of sorrels. It is scuffed on this boot, so there is some, wear, but these are a cute pair of boots. I'm gonna probably go ahead and just list these now. They are a size, I don't even know. Sorry guys, I'm feeling my congestion here. They're size 8.5. They don't have a style name, but they have a number. So these will sell good. I don't know which level of price these are. I just picked them up because they were in with the clothes. But I'm sure they're at least 50, if not 100 on those. All right. Let's see here. I thought I felt a tag or something. This is a Vera Bradley, and it's a women's large, and it's just like a really oversized hoodie. And so I'm going to look these up. I feel like this was an eBay pickup. I know it's more Christmassy, more winter, but I list all seasons, and so I will go ahead and get that listed if it's worth over 20. I can't remember, honestly. And then this is a brand new bikini. It's a Becca new. This was $44. It looks like it's like a JCPenney brand though. So if it's worth money new, I'll put it on eBay. Otherwise, the consignment store will love that. All right, these are definitely a consignment, I think. These are a brand called Basics Surf. I remember looking them up, and now I can't remember if I liked them and was going to list them on eBay or not. So I have to look those up again. That's the problem, is that it's so fast-paced. I need to keep notes of what's consignment and what's not. And I do try to put them in separate bags, but then by the end of the day, sometimes I just can't keep up. I got this for my consignment customer. It's a Warner's 36D. I don't know how many bras I got. I hope I got enough to send that off this week. I have about $100 in cash flow tied up because I have about 20 to 30 bras already for her, but she has to pay the shipping on that. So I don't like to send her 10 bras at a time. I like to make sure I have enough to where it's worth her postage. So I don't know if I can even send her anything this week. Now this is JW. Guys, is this Johnny Was or is this JW? I could not remember. I got to do a search on Google for that exact tag, and I just thought it would be good for consignment. I know there's so many Johnny Was like things like that, and they say JW. They don't always say Johnny Was. I looked down here on the fabric tag and I couldn't find anything that said that it was a Johnny Was brand. So I'm going to I tried Google lensing it, and it was just not presented enough that it could tell what it was. I'm going to lay it out to measure it, and I will photo it and see if Google Lens picks it up and tells me. But if not, I will just research it. There is an RN number on there, so I'm hoping it's Johnny Was. If not, I know there's other JW names, and I will just consign that. All right, what did I get here? Oh, okay, yeah, this is a Janska. I believe this was eBay. Janska. And it's a nice kind of, it's not exactly herringbone pattern. I don't think. It's kind of more of a geometric. It's not exactly herringbone. But this is a, what's made in the U.S. But anyway, this was worth picking up, I believe, for eBay. I can't remember. Just a pair of Carhartt pants. I don't normally pick up Carhartts, but I will consign these. I'm going to look up the exact model number. Sometimes they're worth eBaying, sometimes not. I'll have to put those in there. All right, this is, oh, I was going to like, why did I pick up Eddie Bauer? I have a lot of stagnant Eddie Bauer right now. But this is an Eddie Bauer First Ascent. That is worth picking up. This is the logo. My favorite thing to pick up in these are the puffer coats. They're very thin, so they don't look expensive. They're not the real, you know, puffer jacket like you would know with the big squares on the puffer. It's more of a very subtle, kind of very thin jacket. But they go for new on Amazon, like $140. I found my husband one at the bins one time, and I knew it was worth money, but I gave it to him. He needed a coat, and he loves that thing. He says it keeps him so warm, and yet it's not big and bulky. And then that one kind of got ruined, and I said, oh, well, no big deal. I'll just get him a new one. I couldn't find his size, so I looked used on eBay first, and that was way over like $80. And then I looked on Amazon, and new was $140. So if you see the really subtle puffer in the First Ascent on Eddie Bauer, it is really worth money. But I'm going to put that on eBay. I think that that's like an over $25 hoodie just because it's First Ascent. And then this I didn't take time to research. This is on a Pacific tag. I don't think that this is single stitch. No, this isn't single stitch or that old. But these kind of t-shirts will do really, really good at the consignment store. I am going to look it up because it is some kind of a band shirt. But if not, I'll consign that band shirt there. I've got a lot of work to do researching, guys. But this is a Patagonia dress, I believe. Yeah, Patagonia dress. I love this thing. I think it's too long for me. But it's not quite outdoorsy, but it looks like it could be. This is a XL, so yeah, it's not my size, but I do love it. It's gorgeous. So I'm going to throw this up there. They don't go for as much as I used to think they would. I'll look up that specific pattern, but I'm thinking like 25 at the most on that. Okay. And then this is a VX bra, but it's kind of really cute, so I got that for my consignment customer, so I'll give that to her. So yeah, so warning at the bins, I don't have people try to come up to my cart that I know of very often and try to take my stuff. I do get very familiar there. It's not like I have friends or anything, but I do just kind of get lax because, there do tend to be sides where people just pick their side. And so the people who tend to sit on my side when I happen to be there, I get familiar with them. I don't see them trying to approach my cart ever, so I don't really worry about it. Sometimes I put blankets on it if I have a very expensive item in there, or I will, if it's expensive enough, and I know it's like something that people have seen, then I will, go pay for it and put it outside. So what happened is first, people are watching you all the time. So first a guy came up to me and he's like, did you pull an Arc'teryx jacket, this round? And I said, yes, I did, because he saw me. And that's fine. He either was sitting and watching and saw me hold it up and see what it was, or he just was beside me. I'm not saying that, people are watching. And I said, yes, I did. And I'm willing to sell stuff at the bins. I don't need to list everything I get. I'm fine with that. So I pulled it. It had a ton of paint on it because I just shoved it in my bag when I saw it was Arc'teryx. So, I gave it to him. I know he might be able to turn it in and get money for it, but it was not paint that was going to come off. I didn't want to do the project, and so I just handed it to him. It was really bad. If it had had even a few stains, I would have kept that myself or made him pay up for it. But anyway, so that happened. So people are watching. And then I'm really bad. I try to get a bucket with a tie on it or a belt. I don't have my own device to bring that you are allowed to drag around to the bins. In Denver, you're not supposed to take carts right up around the bins. And so I don't. I keep my cart parked on the side. And so I have this little bucket that I found, and I was pulling it around. And I'll get lazy and leave my bucket and go 2 bins up because, it's one more thing to drag the bucket. And very rarely does anybody bother my bucket. But on the second day, I had that bucket. I got distracted. I had handfuls of stuff. And then I went to look for my bucket and it was gone. And it's not a huge bucket. It's more like a milk crate. But, anyway, so another guy had it and he had his hard goods in it. And whatever I'd had in that crate at the time, I must have gotten distracted for maybe 10 minutes at the most. It was not like I just left it there all day. And I cannot for the life of me remember what I had pulled that was in there. I know I had 2 smart wool socks, but they were unmatched. So I was going to discard those anyway. I put them in there looking for the matches because I could have consigned those. And I vaguely remember some dog brand that looked kind of promising. But to be honest, I can't remember what I had in there. So I don't know if there was something in there that I had that I just have no memory of and someone else knew the pattern and wanted the stuff in it, or if they just saw it sitting there and thought, well, hey, it's ours now. And there are people who feel that way, even though they can tell it's someone's and there's stuff in it. If you leave something too long, they just take ownership of it. So I don't know what happened. So hopefully I didn't lose something too good. I've been racking my brain, which isn't good. If I remembered I had $100 Grail in there, what's that going to do for me? I mean, it's gone. So anyway, keep your little tote, whatever you're putting in there, with you at all times. I'm going to buy something on Amazon or eBay. I don't know if it'll be a shopping cart or something, but something that's distinctively mine so that no one feels like they can just come up and take it. There was also several incidents at the bins between the 2 days where people were accusing others of trying to take their stuff. And there's this one weird guy. I've seen him there before. And I would hold up a shirt, like I had 2 hands on it, so out of the bin, seeing what it was, and he would take his hand and try to grab the bottom of it. And it was like a Torrid shirt or something. It wasn't even I could see if it were oh, that's a $200 shirt, I'm going to try to get it. There's people like that. But anyway, so there were just some creepy people this time. There were some thieves and some people who just are low end, And so guard your stuff. I am going to start making sure that even though I've gotten too familiar there, that I realize, I'm used to living in Wyoming, so out front, I don't do it on purpose, but sometimes I'll leave my purse in the car overnight. I don't ever do it on purpose, but we have kind of a long driveway, and someone would have to be, in the middle of town, in a town of 1,200 people, and try to see if I had my purse out there. So I get very lazy, I guess, and I feel like I'm street savvy as far as the big city, but at the bins, I feel like everybody knows they're on camera, I guess. So if I had wanted to and gone to the management, someone else did that day. They went to management and said, hey, listen, this guy keeps trying to take my stuff. They went back and looked at the video and found out that it was true. So if I wanted to make enemies at the bins, I could have gone and said, hey, that guy has my bucket over there. You know, he dumped my stuff. I'm not happy about it. But he probably dumped the stuff or kept the one thing, and I couldn't even remember what the one thing was. So I couldn't go accusing someone and saying, hey, he took my Patagonia jacket. If I had known that I knew that he took something valuable, then I'm not above doing that. You know, if I really felt like someone took something valuable out of my bucket. But I couldn't for the life of me remember, so hopefully there was nothing expensive in there. But I guess I feel like even if I was a thief, I would do it when I wasn't on camera. But some of these people, you know, and so anyway, guard your bucket. That's my lesson for the day. All right, guys, let's get to the next bag. So now it's just kind of more, I don't even care like that it's gone. It just makes me rack my brain like, what was it? What did I have in there? Maybe the bucket was half empty and I just had the smart wool socks in there and a couple other little things, and then I got distracted and started carrying things. Maybe there was like 2 or 3 things in there and someone just thought they could take it. That's what I'm hoping. I did go up to the guy and say, hey, thanks for taking my bucket. Like, I did say that. I'm rude when I need to be. This is a Carhartt. This is my size. This is a woman's 8 to 10. I have one in there. Last winter, I literally lived in my Carhartt jacket for 5 months. I'm not kidding you. We had times in our house when our heat needed to be fixed, and then it was so bitter cold that from like December until just last month, every time I left the house and sometimes in the house, I wore that same brown Carhartt jacket because it was so cold. So if I knew next winter was going to be that bad, I would keep a second one so I didn't always wear the same color. I would wear the burgundy one, but I'm praying that we don't have another winter like that. So most likely I will wash this up and sell it, or I'll try it on and I might trade out my brown one because I am sick of that thing, and sell this one. But yeah, it's a woman's. It's made in Mexico. It's not USA made. It's not vintage, but I thought it was worth the pickup. So anyway, this is Soft Surroundings, if I remember right. Yep, Soft Surroundings. Just a really nice tunic blouse. I'm going to try to get over 20. Soft Surroundings, I think, has dropped for me a little bit, and this is not a special fabric. It's not linen. It's not anything special. It's I think it's just maybe cotton. It's not even flowy, really. Here we go. What is this? This is rayon and acrylic, so I guess it's lighter weight than you would think. But anyway, just a really cute basic blouse. It's kind of a little bit warmer. It's a long sleeve. So but I'm gonna go ahead and list it. Get it listed. Here's another bra for my consignment client. What is this one? This is Intimately Free People. So I have never given her a Free People bra, but hopefully that'll do halfway decent for her. I don't see them that often. I'm not saying they aren't there, but this was good. Now, I have looked this thing over 3 times. Maybe when I show this, you guys will see what the problem is. I don't know. This was in the throwback pile of someone, and this is people who grab a lot of stuff, and I don't find too much in their throwback pile, but it's an American Giant hoodie. I kept thinking there's got to be a stain, there's got to be a big hole, there's got to be something, but I looked it over 3 times at the bins and did not see any stains, holes. I tested the zipper. I did everything I could. Even with some flaws, I would keep an American Giant hoodie. So this is my 3rd or 4th American Giant. I don't know how I'm finding it. I found one in my very small town. That was my first one. I can't remember who started talking about it to where I started keeping an eye out, but this is my 3rd or 4th piece of American Giant. I've had just a simple t-shirt too, and I might still have that in my store. I don't even know if that has moved yet, but I was excited about it. I'm like, okay, a brand that they didn't know, apparently weren't looking for. This is Beta Brand. I do not pick up Beta Brand anymore, even at the bins. I can't seem to get more than $14. But this is a Beta Brand 2XL long, and I looked these up, and I can definitely get $25 because it's a 2XL long. And so I was excited about that, and I checked those out, and those are good. this is what this is not First Descent, I don't think, but this is what the First Descent looked like. It'll look like a very subtle kind of puffer like this, very thin. So if you see the Eddie Bauer First Descent, oh yeah, that's what it looks like. Now this is, actually I lied, this is Eddie Bauer First Descent. Yes, I was very excited about this piece. I forgot. I just was so busy last week, guys. I just kind of going by the moment. There's the logo. This will sell. This is a vest, not a not a coat. But I'm thinking that this is $40 if I'm correct on that. But you can tell, see, it's so packable, and that's why my husband loves his. You know, this is just packable is a word I will definitely use on that. Now this thing makes me happy too. You know, I dig too long. I need to get a better technique, but I do have trouble. Like, I know that the t-shirt grail people, they just do a couple of flips. Sorry, I'm moving my mouse now. I don't want to close it down. They just do a couple of flips in the bins, and they're looking for that vintage fabric and the single stitch, and if they don't see it, they move bin to bin and they keep going. And I see a lot of people doing that. They're looking for fabrics, for styles, and they're not looking at each tag and each brand. And I don't do that in the moment either. I grab something that looks interesting and throw it in my bucket. But normally they bring out, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, they bring out 12 new bins of clothing at a time in Denver, and they do that at this particular one, they do that every 20 minutes at least. And so I can get through 6 or 7 of them, you know, pretty quickly. But then the last ones, they're already picked through normally, but I still go back through them because I do find things like that American Giant. But this was sitting in there, and this was in the last bin, you know, and it had been super picked, and people had dumped more stuff back on. And I picked it up because I'm always trying to look at what other people are missing. And so this is a raincoat. And this is, I mean, it was pouring rain and torrential rain last week, but in Denver, as a rule, it's not like Seattle where people have a whole wardrobe full of raincoats. This is a Ken Sporn Whippet. And there is your tag. And so I pulled this out. I thought, well, that's interesting. And anyway, these have quite a following. And so I was thinking that this was over 50. You know, you can just see that it's high made. The buttons have a marking on them. And this is a one size. It's only vinyl. But yeah, this is definitely a $50 pickup. It has pockets. So I was really happy that I felt like other people had just felt like it was a stupid raincoat and why buy it. But I'm glad that, you know, I got to that bin in time to save that. All right, one more trash bag, guys. Let's see what I got here. All right, this is a vintage satin edged kids blanket. I do really well on these. I do better if they have the right brand on them, and I looked this over. I think there's one tiny stain on it. It does have a tag, I thought I found it eventually. Oh yeah, it's here. It's weird because the tag is on the nice side, not on the back side, so that's weird. This is a Comfort brand crib blanket. So I tried to look it up, but when you put Comfort crib blanket, maybe it will come up. Anyway, I think this is like a $20 to $30 pickup. I sell almost all blankets with satin edging, kids and adults. I just sold a $40 pink blanket from that estate sale I went to last week. It was not waffle weave either. Waffle weave is even a step up, and then you can get $70 and $80. But I just this week sold an adult, I think it's a full size pink blanket with satin edging that was vintage. It was a JCPenney brand, and I got $40 plus shipping on that right away. So keep an eye out. And there's a certain brand, I can never say what it is, I just know it when I find it. But the baby blankets they look just like that, but they go for like $80. I don't think that's it there. I can't remember the brand name. This is Tommy Bahama. It's a large, and this is full linen. So this is more of a seafoam green. My webcam makes it look blue, but this is a pretty seafoam green Tommy Bahama linen. I've been selling out of these. These sell really fast for me. This is a large, I think. Yeah, a large. So I'm going to try for 25 since summer is really gearing up now. But I would probably take 20 or above on that. All right. This is just Patagonia shorts. I don't know if I can even get 20 on these now that it's kind of summer is coming and it's actually the height of summer coming. I'm going to start charging more for my shorts. So I'm going to try to put $24.99. I don't know if I'll get it. I might end up taking 18. I'm not sure. But I'm hoping to get more. Then this is a Fritzy of California. This is vintage. I need to go get an account with the at least one or two of the vintage places in Denver. I know there are vintage stores that will pay more for this, either consign or cash on the spot, and there is so much vintage in the Denver bins that nobody bothers with. That's just my experience. I don't see a lot of full-time vintage sellers there picking it up or consigning it. I'm not saying there isn't, it's just that when I'm there, that's my experience. This is just left sitting there. And so I went ahead and picked this up. I thought it had a look to it. I don't even know what look. I don't know if this is 80s. I'm not that good at it. I think it might be more 60s or 70s. But the consignment store that I already do have a relationship with, they do pretty well on their vintage, and this is very lightweight. So I might just, if it doesn't go on eBay, I'll consign it to them. But I really do feel like I'm missing a lot of profit by not just throwing all the vintage dresses in my bag and then taking them around to Denver and peddling those out. I feel like I'm missing out. All right, this is just a super huge pony. I know these don't go for as much as they used to. I'm always looking for other Polo Ralph Lauren stuff, but this is not one of them. But this is a 2XL. I went ahead and picked it up. I think I can get maybe around 20 since it's a 2XL, and I'll look it up. I haven't found a big pony like that for a while on just a plain polo in a 2XL, so I need to redo my comps, but I'll get a decent amount for that. All right, what is this thing? Oh yeah, this is Lululemon, and I've had this exact hoodie before. This is a women's 6. And it's very distinctive because of the hood. I can't remember what I got before. Thankfully, it still, has the pull tag, so I don't have to go searching. So I'll look this up again and take a picture again or go back in my solds and find what the name ended up to be. I want to say I got over 40 to 50 on my last one. I can't remember. But I'm paying up for that stuff. It's kind of heavy. All right, guys. Well, that is 52 minutes on this video, and I'm going to get this uploading. Thankfully, my internet seems to be working wonderfully, and so I should be able to come home. We've still got about 7 or 8 trash bags, so I may have to do 2 more videos. But now I can get a lot of this stuff going in the laundry and getting it washed. So have a good day, guys. If you don't mind, like my video. If you haven't subscribed, I'm going to take a day off tomorrow. So today you'll get a couple videos. Tomorrow I'm going to have a family day and source. And then Tuesday through the following Tuesday, other than maybe running to garage sales. Ooh, I got an offer on a Life is Good shirt. I told you, those things are flying out of here. If they're 15 or above, I find them every day of my life. I'm considering, they're so easy to list. If I could just find 200 or 300 a month of Life is Good shirts, I mean, it would take me less than a day to list that many because they're all the same. They're so easy. So I don't know, I'm praying about that. But anyway, guys, so I will be putting out a lot of good content this week. I feel like I'm going to do another editing video. I'm going to try to edit 200 old items in my store this week, and I go through and I show you the item and show you what I decided to do. So I hope you'll tune in for that and just make some comments on my videos. It really does help me in the algorithm. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. I'm off to church to teach a bunch of kids. Not my very, very favorite place in the world to do, but I don't mind helping out. And so anyway, we'll see you. Pray for me. Bye.